Okay, so the character's name is Shadow Boxer, and here's the figure we're going to use.
All right. Well, it's 3 a.m. on Queen West in Toronto, and Shadow Boxer is going about her evening routine of making sure that everything's shipshape and safe. So why don't you place her anywhere on the board you want to get things started.
Well, and I start down by this end, closer to where I am.
All right. You're peeking around the corner. And make an ability check, and if you have awareness, you can add that.
Sadly, I do not.
All right, so 1d6 plus your ability, and you're going to tell me what you get.
4. So I assume I don't see much of anything.
No.
It's so dark.
Well, you're just walking down the street. There's a few people here and there, but it's pretty sparse this evening. So why don't you move yourself, take 6 and move yourself 6 inches there.
I'll move slowly.
Okay.
No need to move quickly.
You're just kind of window shopping, looking
check and say what's there. I can come back and buy something.
Okay. So you're standing and looking in the window of one of the shops, and you hear sort of like a crash from an alley. Sounds like a garbage can being knocked over. So I'm going to let you do an ability check. If you make it, you can have an action before something happens.
I rolled, so I've got my ability plus the dice would be 5.
Unfortunately,
not enough.
You're not going to act quick enough. So around the corner, out of the alley, comes this running figure who seems to be extremely terrified. Gets to about there. And I'll move the camera so you can see. Just comes tearing around the corner, yelling for help. And behind him, you can hear smashing of glass and some horrible noise. So now you can act. So because you're kind of in a scene that is starting, you can activate.
Okay.
Now, before anything happens, I want to make sure that I give you a hero point. Hero points can be used in any point in the game to give you a +3 on any roll. Here's what they look like. They're nice.
I'm sure I will need it.
Anything can be used as a hero point, but I like to give glass beads. All right. So, activate, and then you can do something.
Okay. I rolled a 2.
All right. So you could run 4, or you could move 2 towards them, whatever you want to do, or hide, or whatever it is you choose to do.
Okay, let's see. Well, can I... With Eye in the Night, I can go into the shadows and make myself...
Yep, you basically...
and I can move at the same time?
Shimmer, yeah, it's not a power that requires anything like concentration or anything.
So I will move... Now, would I be able to run at the same time, or would that require me to...
No, not when you're activating the power.
Okay, so I shall move 4.
Okay.
And I'll stay in the shadows right here. And start moving that direction so that I can see what needs to be done.
Yeah. So essentially, your movement is such that you aren't heard or seen. If they're, actively looking for who's that person down the street or what is that, they could make a roll, and if they got a 6, they would spot you. Okay. As you are going Eye in the Night, the person here activates at a 6. And he goes running right past you. Actually, he's kind of slowing down because he's already run. So he can't run over his ability. So he's run two pages in a row. So he's got to basically...
he can run 12.
He can't run it after running out full out. If he does...
Oh, okay. So he's already run full out, has he?
That's right. If he does, he will collapse for a game turn.
Okay.
So he's going to pace himself. So he's going to move 6. Which would put him basically right beside where you are.
That's when might kick in.
And he kind of, glances over because he's a little hyper paranoid and looks right at you, but you don't think he spotted you. Okay.
Okay.
Now behind him, you can hear just following up some whoops and hollers of people kind of saying, "Hey, come back! We're not going to hurt you." And these three figures appear in the alley, come running down the alley, and they are essentially chasing after him.
Okay.
So you are, as I said, right beside where he is, but he's not aware of you. So you get to activate your new
Let's
new
see
page.
if I can roll better than a 2.
That's right. A 5.
5.
That's
Much
good.
better than a 2.
So it looks like he's a little beat up. You can see that his lip is split and bleeding, and these guys are, taunting him and chasing after him.
Okay. And they're running forward?
Yep, they're coming after him.
Okay. I shall use my telekinesis.
Okay.
I shall punch in the shadow and punch the... I shall actually hit the leg of the back one,
Okay.
tripping him up, and also hopefully
So you're aiming.
some damage enough to knock him out.
All right. So you're aiming to take out the guys there. See if this building can hold this. Only just. All right. And the dumpster fire is roaring in the background. Give me an attack roll then. He seems to be in your line of sight. So I'm assuming it's this character here.
Yes.
Okay, so range-wise, telekinesis is a hand-to-hand attack, but you do suffer range effects. It is just in short range.
Excellent.
So you get a
bonus
+1.
for surprise, or
You do get a +1. Now, there's no surprise when you are invisible like this or hidden. You attack. They can't roll their ability or add their elusive to defend themselves. So you're just rolling up against a regular d6.
okay.
So
And I'm making it look like he hit something and tripped in the alleyway. So
sounds good. So you're going to roll your attack. So ability plus your
die roll
die roll. Yeah,
a 6.
that's a good roll. A solid
Much
roll.
better than that.
And my defensive roll is a 5, which is also a pretty solid
Also a
roll.
good roll.
Okay, but however, he can't add any of his ability to that because he is currently unaware of you. So his roll is 5 total.
And mine is
What's your total?
my total is 9.
All right.
Oh, could I use physical as well?
You should always state that beforehand. So for now,
Okay. So I'll say no right now.
that's right.
All right.
So so yes, you got a 9 total.
Yes.
And he got a 5, so that's a difference of 4. So essentially, you kick the garbage can over towards him and hit him with it, and it does 4 points, tripping him up. And because he has 1 point of toughness, he takes 3, and that's half of his
So he might be
his
knocked
health.
out.
He could get knocked out.
No.
He rolled a 6. So with a 6, that's not going to be a knocked out roll. So he trips, and I'm actually going to have him do an ability check. If he fails the ability check, he wipes out. So he has 2 plus a d6. Okay, 5. So ability check, you need a success or target number of 6. So that means that he's fallen, and well, that's not good for him. So it trips him up, and he is lying down behind his friends, looking.
Now, do his friends react to that? Suddenly,
Well, they glance over their shoulders. They'll take their action when they take it.
do they laugh loudly?
They're a little shocked. They don't know how that happened because the garbage can was up against the wall. So next turn or next panel. The person that was running, I'm going to make an ability check for him. Yes, he makes a 6. He stops and looks behind him and sees that the one guy tripped. I'm going to activate for him. He activated with a 1, so it kind of distracted the guy that was running for his life. So he turns around, and because he can't do much of anything with a 1, he just basically puts up his fists and gets ready for them to rush him if they do.
Okay.
The guys in the alley, he activated a 1 as well.
They were kind of shocked.
So they're a little shocked, so they turn and basically help their buddy up. So using all 3, they managed to stand him up. And he's a little embarrassed and tries to explain that he didn't see that, but, they're not exactly sure what just happened there. Okay. So, that's it for that page, new page. And first panel, you get the first panel there. What are you going to do?
I might as well make use of the garbage can that's there.
Okay.
And the garbage can will fly into this one right here.
Okay. So you pick up the garbage can with your telekinesis, and you're going to bash this guy?
Yes.
All right. So the garbage can goes flying and hits him. Well, you can roll to see if it does or not. So it's your ability plus any modifiers.
Oh, you know what I forgot last time? I forgot to add the damage with the 2 points of damage, but that's okay.
Okay.
This time I will.
This time it's a solid smack, not just a trip.
Yes.
Okay.
5.
Okay. Now, because he's aware of the garbage can, he gets to add his ability and his elusive.
Yes, I do want them to be aware of the garbage can so that they think the garbage can is their foe.
Well, they are totally aware of that full garbage can. His ability is 3, and his defense modifier is +1. So he starts with a 4. What was your total?
My total is 8.
Okay. So I rolled a 6. So he ducks out of the way, and it crashes down into the alley behind him. All right. So now it is the fellow in yellow shirt turn. He gets a 6. He is taking the opportunity to get out of there as fast as possible. He's not looking back.
Straight down this road?
He'll run straight down, down that street and just turns the corner and keeps going. Yeah.
Okay.
So he's out of there. So you can put him on the binder there. Yeah, he's run home, nursing a split lip. The fellows in the alleyway, however, aren't going to give up that easily. They activated a 1, however. So they're helping their friend hobble out into the street and figure out where that guy went. So they step out.
They're ignoring the garbage can, are they?
They're ignoring the garbage can. Well, they're keeping an eye on what's going on, but they don't know why it's doing what it did. Okay. So yeah, they come staggering out into the street, kind of bleary-eyed, wondering what just happened, looking up and down to figure out where he went. In fact, I'm going to make an ability check because they might not know what direction he went. There's one. Nope. Okay, one of them figured it out. Yeah, only one though. The guy in the back with the injured leg. He said he turned left. Okay. So that was all they can do this page. So now it's back to you and your panel.
So they're helping each other?
Yeah, they step out and now they figured out which way he's gone.
Right. So I'm going to telekinetically. Okay, can I actually bash one into the other?
You could. Now you won't get any damage modifier because it's pushing a figure into another figure. So basically,
can I use my physical?
This physical is stunts, so you could make them perform a stunt as you're doing that.
Okay.
So to perform a stunt, what you do is you roll an ability check, and you can add your physical to that. And you need a 6 or higher. A 1.
And I got a 6.
A 6 total?
Yes.
Oh, very good.
I got 2 for the physical.
Well, 2 plus 3 is 5, and 1 is 6. So you're going to get a +1 on your attack there.
That's better than nothing.
All right. So that's your ability +1, +1 for range.
Yes.
Don't forget. And you slam one guy into the other.
7.
Okay. So they can't roll against you. They can't add their elusive or their ability. So whatever they roll, they roll. So there's 2 characters. The first guy, the guy in the green belt there, he rolled a 1.
Excellent.
So you did 6 points of damage to him as he smashes into the other guy. And the other fellow, who's already been injured, also rolls a 1. So he has a few broken bones, I think, probably a couple broken ribs.
Maybe a concussion.
Now, because he's lost 5, because they have 1 toughness, the guy in the green belt could still be awake.
Yes.
Actually, he took 7, didn't he?
Yes.
So that means he took 6. So he's taking 6 wounds, or taking 6 health points.
6, he could be walking wounded.
That's right. It means he's wounded, but if he rolls a 6, he's a walking wounded, which means he can still act, but at -1. A 2. So smashing these 2 characters together is exactly what you want to do, because it knocks them both out and breaks this guy's ribs. So the guy with the red belt stops, and I'm going to make an ability check for him. Okay. So he makes it, actually, and it activates with a 3. He stops, sees what's happening there, and yells, "Bouncer! Get over here now!" And you don't know who, and his voice kind of echoes into the darkness, into the night, and you don't know who Bouncer is, or what Bouncer is, but he seems to need backup. With the 3, he takes up a defensive position, and he will attempt to block or evade any sort of attacks or movement towards him. So basically, he'll hold his action, go on Overwatch, and or go on guard, and basically be able to defend himself if he's rushed. Okay, so that's the end of that page, and it's your new page and your panel. So activate, and what are you going to do?
Okay. I'm just going to straightforward hit him from the top down, telekinetically.
Well, give me an activation roll. See what you get.
I shall. 4.
All right, so activation basically lets you figure out how much you can do. So with a 4, you can easily attack with no modifiers. Negative modifiers anyway. So your ability +1 for the range.
Okay.
And he still has no idea what's coming, except the shadows suddenly coalesce around him.
I shall attempt the physical as well.
Okay, so, yep.
And I rolled 6.
Okay, so what was your total?
My total then is 11.
Okay. So that's pretty good. That's a plus. That would be a +2 to hit. So, yeah, the shadows come from all directions. You basically do perform a very fancy maneuver. And give me an attack.
The actual result would be 9.
Yes, so he is not rolling against... Although, if he rolls a 6, he can spot you because he was being alert.
Yep.
And we need more alerts.
We need more alerts.
So here we go. A 6.
All right.
He is able to use his defense.
Thank goodness.
So 4.
Total defense roll of 5.
5 points.
The difference between the 2 rolls is 4. The damage of the attack would be added to this.
So that's over half of his health points in one attack.
Yes.
He still had 6. Now he's down to 2. And let's see if he knocks him out. Now, hold that thought because I want to figure out how much damage you did before, and we'll calculate knockback. Actually, you're knocking him down.
I'm
right?
forgetting about the +2, so that's another
knocking
2 points of damage.
So how much damage did you do total?
4, 6.
6. So he's going to have to make a walking wounded roll. No, he rolls a 5. It was very close. But I don't think there's any knockback because you said everything came down on top of him.
Yes.
So the shadows basically, form a big fist that pushes him straight down into the pavement. And there's a
down he goes.
horrible cracking noise as he drops into the ground. And it's suddenly silent. But his calls for Bouncer still echo. And you hear... What? this figure lands on a roof very heavily.
Does it seem like he jumped or flew?
It seems like he jumped. So he
Okay.
lands there and there's all kinds of bricks go flying off of here and hit the ground, and dust settles, and he kind of glances down into the street where his cohorts are lying unconscious, and he's kind of puzzled looking, and he's scratching his chin, wondering, what happened to my friends? All right. So there he is, making his grand appearance. Okay. So that's the page, and now it's your new page and your panel.
So I assume I don't know who he is?
You've never seen him before in your life, and he doesn't have any dark secrets like reputation or anything.
Okay. What I will do is hit him from behind.
Okay. So basically the shadows on the roof coalesce, and out of the seeping out between the cracks of the water tower here, they slam into Bouncer, and
Might as well do the physical,
yes,
and so I just get 1 point. Just
okay.
like before.
Yep, just like before, you get a +1. No range bonus because he's a medium range.
Okay.
So let's roll your attack. So 3 + 1.
So 4 plus 3 is 7.
7. Okay.
Probably not gonna have.
Now, because he gets a chance to spot you, to spot this,
Yes.
he has to roll a 6. Very close. He rolled a 5. He hears the noise behind him just as it hits him. The creaking of the wood as the shadows, leap towards him.
Mm-hmm.
And his defensive roll, he rolled a total of what? Sorry,
What's that? Oh, I rolled a total of what? It was 7.
7, right? He rolls 4. So 4 is his total because he can't add anything when he's surprised. So 5, 6, 7, 3 points, and plus what else did you add to your bonus there?
2.
So 5 points of damage total, and he has invulnerable. So he's going to make a roll to see if he soaks this. No. So he still takes, 3 off, right?
Yes.
So there's 1 left, but he also has 3 toughness.
2 left.
2 left, but he also has 3 toughness.
Now, does it prevent against knockback?
It does not prevent against knockback.
Excellent.
So what was your total damage? 5?
5.
Okay, so what you do for knockback is your ability minus the damage, so that's 2 left over. So whoever's been hit, the target.
Okay.
The target's ability minus the damage,
Yes.
so 2 points. You move 1 inch or 1 square for every 2 points.
Excellent.
So you send him over the edge, but because it's not a clean, he could still hang on.
Okay.
He could, but it would take up his next game turn. However, he decides he's just going to drop.
I thought he might.
So he does fall, and that gives us our falling rule. So that ends up being 7 inches either way. So for falling, basically you take half the number of inches or squares plus a d6. Okay, so he's 7, so that's rounded down as 3 plus a d6. So roll a d6 and add 3.
Okay. 5.
All right, so that
8.
8 is his target number. So what you do is he makes an ability check against that. Now, if he had something like acrobatics or something like that, or catfall, he could stop that or reduce it to a certain point. But he ends up getting a what's his ability? His ability is 3, so he ends up getting a 6. What was the roll?
8.
8. So he falls and 2 points of damage. However, because of his armor,
He soaks it up.
he just hits the ground with that specific, wonderful.
I can see the problem would be it's going to just basically be doing damage to him.
Well, that's one thing you're going to have to worry about, but there are other
Yes.
ways of affecting him. So,
There is.
all right. So he hits the ground and does the perfect, superhero triangle land with two legs and a hand. Stands up slowly, and he's a little confused, but he's trying to keep it together because he's cool like that. So it's his turn. His panel. He rolled a 2, so he's going to try and spot what's going on. So if he rolls a 6, he can spot you there. No. So he's looking around. He goes, "Seems like the darkness is fighting back. Why don't you come on out and play, darkness? 'Cause I ain't afraid of the dark."
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
So he walks over to investigate his buddies here, the two, and just realizes that they're horribly injured, probably needed medical attention. But he's going to try and figure out what's going on first. So, it's new page, your panel. What are you going to do?
I'll roll for activation, which is always a good start.
Good plan? A 6.
A 6.
You can do amazing things with a 6.
I can do, yes.
You can get attack, you get a +1.
I think I might just do that.
All right. So what are you going to do? Describe your attack.
Can I telekinetically have one of his comrades on the ground kick him?
And make the figure kick him?
Yep.
Yeah, you could do that.
Okay, I shall do that.
All right.
And so, let's see. Can I, in terms of my evolve, can I attempt to evolve it so that I can do more damage, or?
Okay, so yeah, you want to use your issue power.
Yes.
With your issue power, what you can do is you can basically make a roll to change your power.
Right.
All right. Now, what you basically want to push the power, right? Like
Yes.
push the
So I need 9, right?
push the damage of it. So with basically you could do another rank. So it would give +3 damage if you were able to do it.
Okay.
Okay. So why don't you do a power roll first?
So I rolled a 6.
Okay. Yeah, and a 6 plus your ability is 3. Is 9. So that's exactly what you
Actually
need.
10 because.
Plus you have 1 for power.
Yeah.
So you can do it. So what you do is you increase the damage.
Okay.
Somehow make it more dense or concentrate it. And you can do +3 damage to this.
Okay.
All right?
Let's see what happens.
Okay. So, figure out your attack.
So and I will use physical too because.
Go ahead.
6 again.
All right, so that's good. What was it? What did you get total?
I've got for the physical. I got. I had the physical too, right? So 11.
11?
Yes.
Okay. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So it's
That would give a
+6.
+2 to the attack.
Great.
So 6 plus 3. That's 9.
Hold on. So, what did you get? You're doing your attack, right?
Yes.
So you haven't done your attack yet.
I haven't done the attack.
You get a +6.
That would be a
on your
+2.
attack. Plus, what do you get?
Plus 3 for the.
No,
thing.
the evolve is plus the damage, so it doesn't add.
to the damage.
Yeah,
Okay.
you don't add that to your attack
So I
roll.
got 6.
2 plus 3 is 5, plus 1 short range, so a total of 6 to start with.
Which is good. 3.
Okay.
So
That would be a total of 9.
Okay, so he has to roll.
His target number is 9.
So he has no defensive mod, ability of 3. Oh, 1.
1.
Now you rolled a 3, right?
Yes. Too many rolls.
I know. So basically, with the he has to also make sure he can be aware of you.
Oh, yes.
No, not where. So his roll is actually a 1. So what your roll was total of...
Bouncer rolled a 1, so the total difference is 8.
Plus 2,
Plus 2, plus 3.
so plus 5, so
5.
16.
13 damage.
Now he's gonna feel that.
I hope so.
So here we go.
I know I would.
I'm gonna roll for his invulnerable. And a 5, so that means his invulnerable. Well, 5 plus 3, so that's 8. His invulnerable works. So,
Yes.
so his total defense that he takes off is 9.
I think you
Right.
said.
9 defense. So
9 minus 13 is 4. So he's not only taken 4 points of damage to his health, he's also been knocked back. If you take the total damage of 13, remove 3, his ability, that leaves you with 10. Half of that is 5 inches of knockback. So this version of Bouncer has 6 health, so he's lost half, so you're going to have to roll to see if he gets knocked out.
So I'm gonna roll to see if that knocks him out.
1.
It does. I rolled a 1. So basically, he's limp. He goes limp from that smack, and you are going to now calculate the knockback.
The knockback is the damage minus ability, so 13 minus 3, 10. Half of that is 5, so he goes flying back 5 inches into the wall. Actually, he hits the phone booth.
So he slams into this wall over here, into the phone booth. Slams into this phone booth in the wall here, and there's still phone booths in Toronto, and it's a true story. So he slams into the phone booth there, and
Let me hold that up.
sure. Now, I'll roll a d. You can roll a d6, and let me know.
6.
6 and 6 is 12. So 12 points of damage from the knockback. Okay. He can't add his ability, but he rolls a 6.
Yes.
So he takes 6 more points from that. Let's see if his invulnerability works. Either way, doesn't work. But either way, he absorbs that damage because the 6 points of damage. But he just totally trashes the phone booth, and part of the wall collapses, and he's unconscious. So you've knocked him out. So he crashes into the phone booth. It just shatters, and electronic equipment everywhere, and bits of metal, and part of the wall, the bricks collapse down on top of him, and doesn't even know what hit him. All right. And meanwhile, you can hear sirens, because probably the guy that got injured probably called the police.
Mm-hmm.
And now, what are you going to do?
I shall try to think if there's any way I could subdue him to the police, make sure that he doesn't. So he's obviously taking damage, but he's not that bad.
Well, he's unconscious.
Okay, and the other guys are pretty much down.
Yeah, they're too injured to really.
Yeah.
Even if they did wake up, they'd be moaning on the ground. Anyway, you can hear the sirens approaching.
And how close are they?
Pretty close. They're coming around the block. You can hear a tire squeal. You've already used your evolve.
Yes.
So you can't really change that.
I've
again.
got utility belt.
But you do have. I was going to say you do have utility belt.
I will pull out
Your super
yes
monofilament line that you can use to wrap them up.
To wrap them up.
So you step out, pulling this. Basically, you don't even need to have anything.
Yes.
So all the wires, all the telephone fiber optics, all the cables,
Just pull out and.
they just start rising up out of the phone booth and just wrapping around him and holding him to the ground. So I'll let you. I'll hand wave that. That it ties him up, and the police come ripping around the corner. To serve and protect, and they come barreling in, and lights are flashing, and you can hear more cars on the way, and you feel like you've done a good deed for the night.
And I shall wander off.
And you head out
into the shadows.
From whence you came. Nobody's the wiser. All right. Well, there you go, and that's a quick little demo of the game, character creation and an encounter. So normally we can fit in 2 to 3 encounters like that in an issue or an evening of play, and you didn't even have to use your hero point this turn. So
No, that's true.
seems to be successful. So thanks very much.
Thank you.
All right. And you got a new character.
Yay!
You're still here? It's over. Go home. Go.